Okay, this is the second half. Can you believe it? We're halfway through the show already.
Goes fast.
It does. It's light speed. This is Lowcountry Money Talk, and it goes fast because we've got a lot of important things to talk about. Namely, current events, how it's affecting you, and portfolio, just really knowing where you are with your portfolio and where you want to be. So we've spent a good amount of time on that. It's really, really important stuff. Phil, I want to spend the next little bit of time talking about what the end of the quarter means. Okay, so I want to unpack really what is a recession, are we entering one, and talk about corporate earnings too. I'll let you, navigate us on those.
I'll take charge of it. Okay, so here's where we're at. Finished up with June, so that's the second quarter. The first quarter we ended up with a negative GDP. It was like a negative 1.4. So if this quarter comes off anything under zero, we're in the technical version of a recession.
Okay.
Now we may feel it already because we're paying so much for gas, we're paying so much for food, so we can finish up with a technical definition, but if for some reason that number finishes up zero or above, then we go to the next two quarters. So then you skip. You got to have two negatives in a back-to-back. Okay. So still we're inflationary. We're what, 8.4 or something in that range. So that's not a really good number.
No. We're feeling it even worse in certain big categories.
Gas, food,
the important things. Yeah, right.
Look
gas
at the
and food.
price of eggs. Those things are through the roof. So good for your cholesterol. Cut them. Just stop eating eggs. It's like, what are we going to be left with? Grass or something? I don't know.
You made me throw my pen and got me laughing.
We got peanut butter salmonella. We can't have eggs. One by one. I can't drink my baby formula anymore. What are we going to do?
There's a lot of issues. Yes.
We've got all that stuff going on. But what's really going to set the track for the next up or downturn in the markets will be corporate earnings.
Yeah. Okay. So I want to know really what that means. I mean, if I'm invested in the market and knowing that these corporate earnings are coming out, why is that important? How does that mean anything for my portfolio?
Well, Jessa, when we go back to the stock market, we buy a stock, we expect the company to be profitable, maybe pay dividends to us. So when they put out a report and say, oh, well, profits were really down this quarter, or they give us a projection going forward that the fuel prices and this and that is going to eat into our profits, or they give us a negative report of consumer spending or anything, then that can affect that stock and it can move down to another level, because really, we buy stocks because we want the companies to be profitable, and then we can share in that profits with the rise in the stock price and maybe some dividends too. So they're going to start reporting their second quarter. And many people are believing that quarter is not going to be a great quarter for a lot of corporations.
Okay.
So that can send that market down even more. So it's really important that we don't bury our heads in the sand, the ostrich approach.
Yeah, that's tempting though.
we need to say, if we're overexposed, if we don't feel comfortable, if we have too much at risk, we need to adjust that. And now will be the time, because these corporate earnings will be coming out over the whole month of July.
Yeah.
And we need to make some changes if we're not feeling comfortable, because those negative reports and those negative forecasts can drive that stock down, and that's going to push your portfolio down as well.
Right. Okay. So and that's a problem no matter really where. Well, it matters where you are against the market, but if the entire market's going down, it's likely your portfolio is going down as well.
Pretty much.
That's a good bet to if you had to make a bet, that might be a good one to make. Okay, well, we have one segment left of today's episode. Where do you want to go from here after the break?
Well, I think what we'll do is talk more about what are some of the alternatives to just being in risk assets. So we'll start with that.
Okay, I like it. Well, we're going to start with that after this break, so stick with us. We'll be right back.